introduce?
You don't have to mention that.
Okay, no, I think the main thing was, like, first came to Hollywood to act. And I found that when I got acting jobs, I got them actually pretty fast. But I found myself, like, because actors help each other all the time, everybody kind of supports each other and coaches each other. And so I was giving notes, I don't know where it came from, but people were doing the best performance that they've ever done, and they started to come to me as friends. And I said, God, I should charge for this. I got a lineup on people doing this, and so I just started charging for this. Stop living like a broke actor, you know, make some money here. After a while, I found myself being on set, looking at my watch, going, oh, I can't wait to get off set and coach. You know, so I knew that I loved that more. Time goes by really fast when I'm working and coaching and teaching. It goes really slow when I'm acting. And acting gives you a lot of information right there. But when I finally called my agents and said no more acting, was when I was pregnant with my child.
Okay, next question.
Peter earlier has a question for you. He wants to know what kind of acting have you done? Movies, stage, TV?
Voiceovers, commercials, everything.
Everything.
Everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, sorry.
Okay.
I didn't say I wasn't a big star doing them, but the thing is, I had parts and everything. You know, so it's like I understand the field, but I also produced 4 films. I'm married to a film director and producer who's won a bunch of awards, including Cannes Film Festival, Special Selection, but I'm just won a bunch of awards doing his movies. And so I've sat in casting sessions. I've been on sets with him and sets with other people. It's just like I know a lot about how it works. I went to film school. I know what lenses do. I know what lighting does. I know how to change. I know what editing does. I understand a lot of aspects of the industry. I also love everything. What I do is film acting, and you know, I don't know if you guys know what a Tony is. You know what a Tony is? The Broadway award. For the first time in the history of Tonys, and Tonys has been around for over 50 years, is like someone won back-to-back was my student. Okay? Tony, theater. So it's acting, good acting is good acting is good acting. It's not about, this is film acting and this is stage acting. Just good acting is good acting. I did not break down that script with her. We broke down every beat, every moment, any differently than I would coach a movie or a TV show. You know?
Just here on your right. Anyway, here. Yeah. Just follow up to the questions a while ago. What particular title of movies have you done? And
what kind of movies that I've done as an actor?
Yeah. Okay. As an actor.
Honestly, that was so many years ago. I actually looked at an old resume when I was cleaning the house, and I go, I forgot I did this stuff. Honestly, it's so not part of my consciousness.
Okay.
So it's like I am a teacher. I believe in education. I'm an educator. Anything that I was done in front of the camera, it doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't compute in my head. I don't latch on to it. I remember everything. I could look at a movie I worked on with somebody, or TV show I worked with somebody on 10 years ago, and I'll remember all our work.
Did you finish psychology or something?
I studied behavioral science and cultural anthropology, and that's the history of people. That is much more accurate to really understand why people do things from a point of view of history, which is, I think, much more of a accurate ability to understand people than just psychology. Psychology is a part of behavioral science. Cultural anthropology is the history, like why certain languages exist the way they do, because of geography, because of weather, where they lived, what the religions, why people sat the way they did, they moved the way they did, had the moralities that they had. It was all based on things to do with place where you, geography, whether it was a rural place or a place that was near water or a desert place, or it's just really, really fascinating. And like how kind of, and the other thing I've learned is through that and behavioral science classes, through coaching people in workshops all over the world with all different kinds of backgrounds, religions, priorities, that the same needs are the same. Everybody's same needs. Same traumas that they've experienced in their lives. Same issues they have with their mate. Same issues of how they're dealing with the parental situation or their children. It's crazy. Exactly the same. I think that is so fascinating. That no matter how you manifest your needs, which is where the differences come in, the base of your needs are exactly identical. So how we create character is how we manifest those needs.
Okay, you've done workshops all around the world, and do you think that there are better actors from some other parts than in Hollywood?
No, I think that it always seems to be the same. I always find that there's like about 50% are like really extraordinary, about 30% are pretty good, and then there's some that are just mediocre, and then there's always like one person that just sucks it. It's just bad. They ain't never gonna get it. But it's like, I just find that and that seems to be just the way it is all over. There's not one community. Again, people are people are people. People are people are people. Why the change when it comes to talent and ability? If there are needs, let's look at the base and the science of behavior. I don't believe in playing actors' games because I think they're stupid. I mean, don't think you should be an animal. You're not an animal. Why are you going to be an animal? Why are you going to drink coffee that doesn't exist and see what it tastes like to have hot and cold coffee? You want to taste coffee, put coffee in your glass, and you will taste coffee. If you want it hot, make it hot. You want it cold, make it cold. It's silly, stupid stuff. You want to like really look at the basis of what makes people do what they do. And there's a science behind that. It's called behavioral science, psychology, anthropology. Profiling is based on that. You know, you guys know what profiling is, right? It's based on that, understanding, forensically.
Thank you very much, and we hope that we produce a Filipino actor who would be in Hollywood soon.
I think that would be wonderful. I would love that. I would love that. I want to be a part of it, though. I want the person to say my name at the Oscars.
Definitely.
That's all I'm asking, you know.
Okay, our next question is coming from Tessa.
Hello, Ivanna, I just wanted to know, out of curiosity, if you've actually watched a Filipino movie at all, and if you have, what you can say about it.
I cannot say that I have. I'm sorry, but I'm hoping that to watch one soon because he's gonna make sure that I get a copy before I leave.
But in inviting you over, what has our director here told you about Filipino actors?
You know what? I know him pretty well, although our time was limited. I feel like we got to know each other very, very well, and I think he understands the concept that like his actors and everybody else's actors. It's just, again, I don't want to define, I don't want to say somebody's better than the other, not because I don't want to make that opinion, but because my opinion is there is no difference. Because people are people are people are people for real. And that's a really interesting thing about understanding. You know what, but I collect ancient antiquities. And I have ancient antiquities all over the world. And from different communities, ancient China, ancient Syria, ancient Rome, ancient Israel, ancient. You know, I got like the most amazing collection. Some of my pieces are 4,000 years old. And the interesting things about those collections is that the story behind each piece. There's a story behind each piece. So I understand, it's like, my goodness, that that thing is very much like in ancient China, is very much like the history behind this piece from ancient Rome. Ooh. Let's put two and two together and go, I wish I could say this community is better than this community, but it just isn't so. It just isn't what it is. There are some people that are going to be great, and some people are going to be vanilla, and some people are going to be bad. It's just the way it is.
Okay, thank you for Rayan. Given the task to show her her first Filipino film, what have you chosen?
What have you chosen? The pass is on the line here. That'll be one of yours.
Not my work, of course, because you'll be biased. Actually, we're just talking about one of the participants is Star Magic's Piolo Pascual, and I told Ivanna about the success of starting over again.
Oh, I want to see that. I saw a little clipping of it in the elevator.
There's a trailer.
That looks like a really, really good movie. I want to see that one. I get a copy of that one.
Okay, I'll give you one. With an English title, of course.
Yeah, but not
Yeah,
dubbing,
maybe
maybe
it's
there's
one of
subtitles.
Okay. And just to follow up to that, how were the actors chosen from Star Magic? How did you choose them?
Okay, initially, I chose the actors. Definitely, we're having a hard time with their time. Most of them are busy, but I haggled them from Mr. M. And then last minute, it's a constant haggling with their schedule. And then last minute, we came up with some list. Of course, there's Piolo Pascual, Samuel B., Gerald Anderson, and so on and so forth. Maybe 10% from the 19 participants came from. I have two veteran actresses there, Carla Martinez and Suzette Remilio. Carla Martinez is one of my teachers in Star Magic. She's teaching the kids acting workshop. And then, but 10% came from my master class because they came from scratch, and I'm so surprised now with the Chubbuck technique. They're really improving every now and then. So all the 19 participants, I chose them, and of course with approval of my superior, Johnny Manahan. And then from there, I submitted it to Ivanna. I even gave Ivanna a suggestion of list of films or scene studies, but of course, to my surprise, because of her intuition and good discernment, she gave a totally different scene studies, not leaving at least one from me. Okay, but surprisingly, it's a good scene for the individual actors. I think that's it. That's how I came to have the actors, the participants.
Okay. Our next question will be coming from Tito Ness.
Hi, good afternoon. Can you describe briefly the content of the workshops? What exactly do you...
It's a scene study. It's a scene study. They have to rehearse off of information from my book, The Power of the Actor. They have to rehearse at least 6 to 8 hours before they put it up. It has to be put up full on, blocked, and with props and full on. Then I give them notes. They have to rehearse that night for at least 3 hours with the notes that they've garnered from all of the scenes, not just their own notes, but from all of the scenes. They take from each one, and then the next day they do the reworks.
These are scenes, from what I gather, from films
They're from
abroad? Or
They're from films, mostly
Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly Hollywood films.
Hollywood films. So
Yeah, and
so they'll be doing the workshops in English, of course.
yes, in
Yeah,
English.
yeah. But here's the thing, what I do when I'm in places that where English is not the first language, is you'll start doing it in English so I could hear it, and then I have you do it in the native tongue. So it's like, it will be ultimately done in Filipino, you know, absolutely, and that's the plan. because it needs to be coming from a place where you're not thinking about another language and you're really just feeling it inside. Because the first time through, I'll do that, but then as we start going into